Okay, welcome back. The market's up 50 now, so there is a bit of pickup, 20-point pickup that we've seen in the last 5-7 minutes of trade. Market breadth is looking positive. About 100 stocks separate gainers and declines, 920 higher, about 830 lower. That's the NSE advanced decline ratio at this point in time. We'll come back to stocks and markets in just a bit. Satin Creditcare reported numbers, so we want to talk to the management about the results. Mr. H.P. Singh, Chairman and Managing Director of the company, is now joining in on the phone line to answer some numbers. Mr. Singh, thanks very much for your time. Good to have you here. Could you start by telling us how did the loan book decline, because disbursals were higher on a quarter-on-quarter basis?
Yeah, but if you look at the overall numbers, they've been declining, because the first quarter we had just a 54 crore disbursement. The next quarter picked up to about 632 crores. But as compared to the last year, on a quarter we've been disbursing close to about 1819 crores or odd or so. That is the reason why the loan book has come down. But the disbursements now in this quarter has picked up because of lockdown, because of moratorium, and because of only limiting ourselves to disburse to existing customers. The disbursements were low. But having said that, this quarter is probably coming up on a more positive note.
So what are the disbursements in the month of October and the first half of November? What's the run rate now?
The run rate is much better than what it was. I probably will not be able to give you the right numbers as such. But yes, it's fairly higher than what we have disbursed in the last quarter.
Mr. Singh, what is your average EMI to income ratio on a single customer in Q2 as compared to the previous quarter?
EMI to collection ratio. Sorry, I didn't get the question.
To income.
So for us, we don't look at the EMI technically, because the loan amounts are very small. But if you look at the net interest income, we had close to about 185 crores as compared to 118 crores, which was there. And NIMs are in the range of about 11.5% to 12% on a normal basis. And that's been stable for the last couple of quarters now.
Of all the loans which are under moratorium for you, how many of the accounts have not paid a single EMI?
So what 11% of the clients took the moratorium from us, a complete moratorium. And if you look at the zero collection clients, people who have not paid us a single installment since September onwards, we are close to about 10% or so. Having looked at the collection efficiency, which now comes down to 94% in terms of value, for us, this is close to about 10% non-paying clients who have not paid us a single installment since post the moratorium.
Mr. Singh, did you mention what are the total sort of cumulative collections so far?
Collection efficiencies, we can probably state, so this was 94% for the September month, And on a positive note, since we are a listed entity, we've not given out figures, but yes, it's on a positive trend since September onwards. So it was 94% September collection efficiency.
And what is your own assessment? How many of your loans could get restructured?
I don't think so that we will look at any restructuring for our loans, because the zero client paying clients, zero paying clients, technically are about 10% of our total, about 30 lakh customers of ours, We are hopeful that, they will start repaying, and we are getting numbers on a day-to-day basis where these are getting, these clients have started paying installments. I don't feel so that we want to restructure any, and we got no request also from our customers for a restructuring of any of their loans.
Right. Mr. Singh, is there any way you can sort of give us broadly, is there an assessment of credit cost guidance for the full year, total loan loss?
See, if we can probably look at the percentage of non-paying customers, which probably is an indicative factor, but if you look at the overall collection efficiencies and putting together the non-paying customers. Our own sense is that this would probably range between 3 to 5% of the credit cost on our overall book.
I know you said that you don't want to share actual numbers for, on a monthly disbursement, but if you could just tell us what is your own assessment of loan growth or disbursements growth for FY21?
I think what I said earlier. What we are looking at is we've disbursed to our existing customers pre-September quarter. But what has happened is that since the demand was coming and the income levels have started stabilizing after post the moratorium which we've given, so we're looking at new customers acquisition also post September quarter. Now, when we look at our existing customer base as well as the acquisition of new customers, the loan growth which we are technically looking at, it probably will not be commensurate to what our loan growth has been, in previous years. But yes, the only thing which I can probably leave you with is that from the December quarter onwards, the disbursement numbers will come back, which was pre-COVID levels, and that is a huge enough, indication of what we are looking at the loan growth. But probably we've not, honed in on the numbers which probably would be there for FY21. But yes, the disbursements growth has picked up now.
All right, Mr. Singh, thanks very much. Appreciate you joining in and running us through your assessment of the business and how things look going forward. We will take a very quick break here. The market's up, 53 odd points or so. And, off the recent, 10-20 minute low, but off the highs as well.